Okay, it is Monday morning. Welcome to the latest edition of Chaz Kicks Off. It is, of course, the Charlie Austin podcast, and we are powered by our friends at Play Nimbus, which is fantasy football reimagined. More on that in just a little bit at the top of the league. And it's a very good Monday morning. Welcome to the one and only Charlie Austin. How are you, Chaz?
Good morning, Peter. Well, obviously in my voice I sound brilliant, but after I put up with you whinging and whining last week, telling me that it was going to be 5, 6 or 7-0 defeat, Liverpool run away with a point. But we will get into that. But before we get into everything, I want to just mention something real quickly.
Go on.
The Kevin Keegan montage before the game. From someone that has never seen him play, obviously, other than the TV, and then see him as a manager, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
It was amazing, Pete. I just thought it was amazing. I really did.
Yeah, it was. It was from all sides, and it was so good. It was quite apt that it was Liverpool as well. You know, I mean, he was a huge hero on the Kop as well. So to see that yesterday, both sets of fans coming together was absolutely brilliant and an amazing send-off. Seeing all the faces in there, getting texts off Warren Barton, Lee Clark, Rob Lee was there, Darren Peacock, all part of the guest list. So yeah, and again, a game with 4 goals, a last-minute goal, which is always the case for Liverpool, Newcastle. It did him proud, really.
It certainly did. And watching the game, listen, it was a spectacle. It was a Desmond. It was. I feel like Newcastle will wake up this morning and I'm going to say be deflated because they should have taken all 3 points. But Liverpool have woke up this morning and gone, we got away with one yesterday. We got a point and that's it. Last minute pen. I just looking at both teams. Liverpool starting 11 to Newcastle's was stronger. But Liverpool, if I've said it, 3, 4, 5 signings. And I think that proved that yesterday by a country mile.
Well, if you look at the midfield, which was my main worry, and then when I saw that Sturr was playing at 18, Miley, who he's still a young boy, although he has Premier League experience under his belt, that was my main worry. And I thought that, I'm reading this morning that Gonzalez from Man City is about to sign for Newcastle, which would be a great addition. But they needed something like that in there yesterday. But you couldn't fault the effort from Newcastle United. I thought they played well. And for a manager that's only been there 2 minutes, I was impressed with everything all round, bar maybe the game could have been finished off. But look, I would have snatched your hand off for a point before the game started. So I think all's well ends well on that. I would say, as you said, rightly so, Areola's probably got to get into that last few days of the transfer market and get something in there. Do you think?
Absolutely. Midfield. Another fullback. Need a centre forward because my worry a little bit is I know he's come back from a massive injury, right? But he looks a shadow of himself down the middle. He looks an absolute shadow. And you know what? That was the worst game for him yesterday. The worst game for him to play in. If Ekitike was fit, I'd have played him and just kept him on the bench. Or just kept him away from James's part. I know it sounds easier said than done. But you go to your old stomping ground and that. Sometimes people can go under. And we heard yesterday, every time he got near a football, 60,000 Geordies going absolutely mental every time. So he struggled yesterday. I really do. I think he struggled. And I'm a little bit worried that we ain't going to see that Alexander Isak that was at Newcastle. We ain't. It feels like one of them moments when Torres moved from Liverpool to Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this could happen. And I fucking hope it don't. I really hope it don't, Peter. But I think this could happen. I really do. We definitely need a fullback. And we'll go on about this first. We said just before we started, your dad said Kirk's had a good game. I'm all for it. But as a fan, you always think about the mistake. And the mistake for his goal. He gave Anthony Elanga 5 yards. And by the time Elanga got to the ball, he was 2 yards in front of him. Now, I know pace is the wonderful thing, but Elanga, Jesus, that was Nottingham Forest Elanga. Flew past Kirkes in and a great finish. And I just felt from a defensive point of view, Liverpool were just so open. And that's obviously what they've highlighted, getting down the fullback. but we have to go back before the ball ends up in the goalkeeper's hands.
Yeah, it was on our 18-yard box, and there was nothing in midfield. There was nothing to stop it, was there?
Before they could stop it, Gravenberch has got the ball on the 18-yard box, and he's got a clear vision at goal. Shoot! If you don't shoot, you don't score. And he give the ball away, and what happens in about 8 seconds? The ball is in the back of the net, and it's 1-0 to the Toon. And it was just one of them moments, and I was thinking, oh my God, what are you doing? And then he give the ball away for the second goal. He's tried to do an half little trick in the middle. He lost the ball, loses it out. Visser goes. He's chasing him. Just take a yellow card. Make a tactical foul. Stop it at source somewhere. You can't allow him to carry the ball 60 yards up the pitch. And then he slips it into Willock, and it's a great finish. But it's two terrible mistakes from Liverpool midfielder.
Joe Willock of old yesterday. That was what the Joe Willock that I remember. So who knows? There is talk of him leaving as well. Just receiving some breaking transfer news, which is off the cuff, that Manchester United are going to sign Belieber, it looks like, for 75 million. And the knock-on effect of that is that there is a possibility that they could let offers in for Bruno Fernandes. Interesting.
No chance. Not
what I'm hearing.
No, I'm no the Bruno. They can't get rid of him. Jesus Christ! After what we see, I thought we had a part of the Liverpool-Newcastle game before I go mad. But after what we witnessed Saturday morning, there is not a chance in hell are they able to allow him to go. That I hope Belieber comes in and plays well for Manchester United, but they cannot be letting their skipper go out the door. Jesus Christ.
Interestingly, with Manchester United, look, points shared at St James's Park. Great start for the Mags, not so good for the Red Men. But just to wrap up for that for you, I will give Isak the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it was a unique game for him to be playing in. So hopefully he will rediscover that form of old for Liverpool fans. Also ending up on that, Lewis Hall, don't go in for that tackle. It's a penalty. There's no question about what it was. You can say it was soft. You could say, if you put yourself in the position or at risk, you risk a referee pointing to the spot, and that's what happened. So, look, all's well that ends well. It was 2s each. Great point for Newcastle. We move on. Manchester United, however, you talk about Bruno Fernandes. There's a point I want to raise, and it is Harry Maguire. I listened to a Manchester United fan say, how is he still at that club? People say he's a great centre-half, he's a team leader, he's great to have around. I watched his performance was appalling for Manchester United, marking his own player, pulling him down in the. I mean, he looked like a terrible, terrible centre-half.
Who replaces him? Their back four is atrocious.
It's the same back four. I said to this on this podcast, I said to you, they've had the same back four for about 4 seasons.
The boy Coyle, who played right back or right wing, I think it was for Hull, caused Luke Shaw terrible problems. I spoke to Dean Holden yesterday, and he said what they was trying to do was get everyone across this one side of the pitch and then play a switch because they like to be compact. And Manchester United didn't want to be outside the 18-yard box. The issue you had was you got short left back, the young boy Heaven, then you've got Maguire, and Mazwari is not for me, him at all. And I just felt like Maguire was more of a presence when they threw him up front for the last 5 minutes or whatever. Absolutely. He was more of a presence then. But Manchester United's performance was atrocious. Ollie McBurney was like a prime Ronaldo, mate. Prime R9 out there, dropping in the pockets, getting on the half turn, linking up the play, and then getting on the end of crosses. They couldn't deal with Ollie McBurney yesterday, that back four, the whole of Manchester United. I just felt their whole performance was appalling. It really was, with all the hype. Oh, Man United could finish second, top 4. Man United could do this. I know it's only one game. I totally get that, and that's not getting carried away. But leading up to this, everybody was giving United their props and saying, yeah, they're going to be this and they're going to be that. Well, that was Manchester United of old because their back four was atrocious. Dorgu played left wing, whipped off at half-time. Who'd they bring on? Marcus Rashford. Now, everyone could go, I thought he didn't do too bad when he came on. He didn't do no worse compared to everybody else. But Manchester United as a whole, that was atrocious, mate. That was atrocious. Ollie McBurney's free. Keeper makes a great save. And then Maguire's got hold of Mbeumo. And Shemi Ajayi scores. And it was just one of them set piece. You're like, oh my Lord. They look so terrible from crosses. Keeper makes 2 good saves from Ollie McBurney from these headers. And it was just one of them where all the ascendancy was with Hull, but I held my hands up. I thought United was going to wipe the floor with them 3-0.
Yep, I had Hull down for a win. I fancied it. I don't know what it was. Can't take any credit for it, but I just fancied Manchester United. Maybe underestimated it. There was a great energy around the stadium, apart from their ridiculous celebration of lions or tigers' claws, whatever it is. I'm not having that. But Hull City worthy winners. Listen, let's stick to Saturday because then we'll stick with the theme of atrocious. Enter the ring, Tottenham Hotspur. Oh my word!
They are the defending champions of that belt, mate. Now
no one's taken that off them currently.
230 plus million they've spent. Oh my Lord, they was a shambles. They was atrocious again, bud. Even up, it was just Tottenham.
No one up front either.
Richarlison's hopeless, mate, down the middle. I played down the middle. It's a tough gig, right? But he ain't a centre forward. I've been saying it on here for weeks and months that I need a new centre forward. He don't hold the ball up, loses out. Then Bergville, when there's a full-on 50-50, Kazi's it, slipped him in, goal 1-0. And it was one of them where you just see it with Tottenham, the players they spent the money on, they need way more than that. I don't know what it is. I just, for me, it was, well, I'll tell you what was highlighted as well. Now, I've said it many a times, right, regarding these set-piece coaches, and for me, it's all this, that, and the other, whatever. And you can watch tapes back of people doing corners, but I think it is their 3rd goal from the corner. Comes a hanging corner to the back post.
Yep.
One of the centre halves just heads it down to the end, around the penalty spot, where there is not one Tottenham player. Not one. Brentford player runs in, bang, goal. And I just feel, overall, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United, they're all in that category again. There is no way at the end of that season, they've come away and gone, it's got to be better next year. It's got to be better. Well, going off that first game, that hill is a lot steeper.
Totally agree. Let's stick with atrocious. It couldn't have got any worse, and it did. Aston Villa yesterday. Wow.
The football club I love to talk about, Pete. The football club I love to talk about. Now, going to the Amex is tough. Going to the Amex is tough at any time. But they've gone down there and got a slapping, mate. They was nothing short of embarrassing. Embarrassing for their travelling fans, the badge, the club, the lot. And we do have to talk about it. Watkins looks like he's going to go and wants to go. Why would he want to stay? Tell me why. My thing is, why does he want to stay? Why would he want to stay? Because they sell all their best players. Rodgers, Tielemans, Lucas Digne's gone. Konza's gone. So why he's looking around going, well, I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here. I want to go. Now, we're only talking about Villa, and we give Villa credit, I believe, because they've got an elite manager. Other than that, Aston Villa are a bang average team, and I see them finishing mid-table, bang in the middle, because I don't see how they're going to be able to do European, Champions League, and the Premier League. I really don't. Not with that squad.
Let's talk about that manager, because he could be on the way out. His interviews were there was a hidden message in there. He said just silence when they was asked about Watkins, and I honestly get that same feeling as I did with Eddie Howe when I watched pre-season. He could just up and leave, you know.
I really think, mate. I really think that he will walk, because they're selling all the best players, right, Pete? So I can just see what happens is he's just had enough. He just goes, listen, my hands are tied. I can't do. What am I meant to do with this? And just walks away, unless they bring in other players. But does he really want to do another rebuild again, like you said with Eddie? So you can see the frustration is definitely building up in every interview that he does now. And it will happen from now until the end of the window, Peter, that these frustrations will keep coming unless they sign players. But of course, as everybody keeps saying, they can't sign players because of this PSR.
Absolutely. Bad day for the villains. Let's have another look as well. Manchester City managed to pull it back from the brink, because at one point I thought City they didn't even look like a goal. They managed to win, but my gosh, I have to say that the thing that grabbed me about City was they were lethargic, they were slow, the ground was quiet, you could hear the players, but they managed to dig it out. I suppose that's what you've got to do if you're a top team.
Well, that's the Etihad Stadium for you, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? There's no atmosphere there at all, and everybody says it all the time. Are you surprised by that after what we see last week with Arsenal in the Community Shield and what they've done to them? They did look lethargic. You're absolutely right there. And the biggest thing, there was no energy. There was no energy in that team yesterday. And listen, they'll be pleased. They got the win. They got 3 points. They build on that. All the stuff will come out of it. We can build on this now. We can push on. Yeah, but the bigger picture was, one, you was lucky. Bournemouth will feel hard done by. And two, this ain't Manchester City of old. And I think we all need to remember that the man in the dugout is no longer Pep Guardiola. It is Enzo Maresca. And listen, he done an okay job at Chelsea. Let's not get carried away. But going to Man City with them players is a different kettle of fish, because he's going back there. Yes, he might have been at Man City, but he was only the coach. He was not the man who was picking the team, was he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say as well that whatever, they were lucky because they didn't look like it. Interesting other aspect of that was Foden, obviously raging at being taken off straight down the tunnel. He wasn't happy as well. So he's got a little bit of work to do, Maresca. It was, as I said to you, Chaz, it was our first Play Nimbus Chaz Kicks Off. The feature game was Newcastle United against Liverpool. You managed 23 points. You finished third. Geordie Pete Redding is top with 36 points, by the way. I'm going to gloat. I'm going to revel in it because it won't last long. I know that. Play Nimbus, it was great to see the league full. All the normal names in there. I think your Liverpool midfielder who nicked the penalty, Dom, he was the top point scorer along with Wisa. If you had him in there and you had him as your bonus player as well, I think that was double points. So Sabozlai, go on, say it for me.
Sabozlai. Listen, I had both of them. Right. I had Addison in goal. I had Thor. How do you say it? What's the centre half's name? Thor? Is it Chow?
Chow. Malik Chow.
Yeah, him. Sabozlai, Wissa was my four. And then my bonus player, for some stupid reason, was Alexander Isak. Ugh. So I've done well to be third. You did. So it continues into our next games. Don't forget, play Nimbus.app if you want to, or go into your phone and just download it from your store, Google Store, Android or iOS. Get it downloaded. Look for Chaz Kicks Off. Join the league. It's not too late. So we're only one game in, and it will be a flash in the pan, no doubt, from myself, but chuffed with that. 36 points. Okay, let's move into the EFL, because again, surprises there as well in the EFL. One surprise that isn't really a surprise. I wasn't sure how Millwall were going to react after the disappointing end to their season, Chaz, but they are going early doors. Great guns. Alex Neil's got them playing really well. Like I heard Lee Hendry say beforehand that it was Millwall have always got this thing about them where they play a certain style and it's long ball and it's rough and tumble. But actually, it's not. He's got them playing in a great way, and they knock the ball around. And listen, at the weekend they put in a performance that you could now come accustomed to with Millwall, really, at the start of the season and throughout. And sometimes they have a blip in the middle. But listen, the way he's got them playing is you would be shouting away from them being in the playoffs again. But when I say the playoffs, I mean in the top four, because obviously 7th and 8th are added to the playoffs. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they're right up there and go close again this year. It's a tough place to go. And if they continue to play in the way they did the weekend, then they're going to have a great chance.
The baggies as well got a bit of boing boing in them. Your old boys, they're looking good. So it's it's early. We know it's early doors, but it soon takes shape, that Championship League. By the way, with the amount of games they play, so West Brom, they need to stay in touch as well, and they're doing so.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, like you say, by the time the international break comes, the Championship would have played now on 8 to 10 games.
Yep.
That's the thing. So you are right. It does take shape quite quickly. And then you start looking at it and it starts going, listen, great result for West Brom. They've had a massive overturn of players coming in and out over the years. Hopefully they've got a bit of stability in there now with James Morrison in charge. It's someone that they stick with for a period of time. I think would be better for West Brom. And listen, there's no getting away from it, no getting ahead of yourselves. But I think it's one of them where it's steps, taking the steps in the right direction. I think that's something West Brom need to do.
Okay. And Queen's Park Rangers, they had a great opportunity at the weekend. First home game, a sunny Loftus Road down at the Bush. Not to be.
Boring. Yeah. Absolute boring. That's all I would say there. Come there, sun shining down the Shepherd's Bush. Everyone's coming there all excited off the great result last week at Fratton Park. And they put up that. I think they missed a couple of chances. I see a couple of fans and that are disappointed. Richard Coley could have had a couple on his day. Coley could have scored. I just feel that you just can't let them moments go. I know it's early in the season, of course, but we can't let them moments go. And you've got to win your home games. You've got to win your home games. So important.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, to coin a great favourite song of mine, Under Pressure. Nuno is under pressure already, getting absolute pelters off the West Ham fans. People might say it's only early in the season, but I think it's a hangover from last season as well, isn't it? That Nuno is under serious pressure from the West Ham faithful.
Listen, I again, we've said it. All the people did say it. Pundits, people on podcasts. West Ham are going to run away with it. X, Y, and Z. Well, they have got a welcome to the Championship in them first 2 games, my friend. A welcome to the Championship. Listen, they messed up last week, conceded 2 late goals. And then Charlton have just give it to them. They've give it to them at the weekend. They give it to them. Yes, they had the opportunity to get a point again. They missed a penalty in the last minute at the post, but that would have just covered over the cracks. They're in a world of that. Yeah, I think you're right. The hangover of last season. I think it's hard to actually fathom really when you think about it that you can't go for a season where you're losing, and then all of a sudden flick a switch and you just win again. It's not as easy as that. There's a cloud over West Ham, training ground, London Stadium. Being a West Ham fan must be very tough at the moment, must be very frustrating. They had 60+ thousand there in the Championship, the record there. 60, wow. That's amazing support. Amazing support. And I just feel like week in, week out, West Ham fans are being let down by the owners and the players and the manager of that football club. They've got to be, Pete. They've got to be, because what they've been putting up since David Moyes left and they won the European competition, they have been crap. And that's putting it politely.
Yeah, well said. Okay, it is a Monday briefing. It's an extra long bulletin because it was the first weekend of the EPL season. Special mention, by the way, to, I'm going to say, it was a big weekend for Matthias Jaisler. I thought he did well on all fronts. Obviously, he wants to be on the training pitch and he wants to concentrate on the job, but he's handled his media responsibilities well. He did so post-match as well, even with a little quip from Peter Schmeichel, who tried to lure Lewis Hall live on TV to Manchester United, which was very naughty of him. He put that to bed as well for everyone who was watching. So special mention to him. And of course, all Liverpool fans and Newcastle fans who made it a very special day for one special man, and that special man is Special K. Don't forget, join the Play Nimbus League with us. Charlie will be back on Thursday. We will be previewing another huge weekend of football. Until then, I was going to say we're going to go, but we can't without a special challenge, because Charlie, tell us, you sent me something yesterday and I want to chat about it. You're not getting away with it. You have given yourself, you and your good lady have given yourselves the ultimate challenge.
Yeah, listen to this, right, my friend. Listen to this. So I was sat on the sofa one day, a couple of weeks ago, just having a chat about it. And I said, just let me and you just do the 3 peaks. So do that to give us something to do to look forward to. Yeah, sounds a great idea. Little do I know, she gets in touch with QPR and the Community Trust Justin there. Next minute, we're going. Booked in, 17th of October.
Booked it, packed it.
Done. The 3 Peaks Challenge, fundraising on behalf of the Community Trust with QPR, right?
Yep.
Listen, there's like limited numbers. I'll put the post up before. There's limited numbers, and what they want is people to send an email. They want to come, and we raise a certain amount. Every individual is going to raise a certain amount of money, and it will go to us. So it's a great idea. But I think I feel maybe underestimated it a little bit. I don't know. How could it be that hard? Is it walk up a couple of mountains and come back in 24 hours? Like it's what it is. It's what it is. I keep going on the internet and they're like, right, I've got 8 weeks to go until I do this thing. Give me a training plan. They're like, oh yeah, do a long walk and then a short walk and then a 5-hour walk. I'm not doing that. One of the dads messaged me, P, right, and said, are you mad? Like, if you mad doing that, that's a lot of training. I was like, yeah, you think? He's like, yeah, mate, 8 weeks, you're cutting it short. And I just said to him, it can't be that hard, mate. If I did 8 weeks flat out fitness, I'll be back playing professional football if I wanted to. That's what I said to him. But no. So we're doing the 3 Peaks Challenge, my friend, me and Bianca and some fans for the QPR Community Trust to raise money for them on the 7th of October. So it's going to be interesting. If you don't see me after that, you know why.
We do. Listen, you can get on to X, get on and follow Charlie, and you'll see all the details there of how you can join Charlie and Bianca on that incredible journey. We will be following it as well. Until then, we will see you on Thursday. It is the Charlie Austin podcast, and this has been Chaz Kicks Off.